Good Monday evening, everybody. Welcome to the Digital Sim Sports Network and our live coverage of the MARS Beardsconsin Pavement Street Stock Series. Making the trip to South Boston Speedway tonight. 23 drivers in attendance. Just a couple of races to go in the season. This one, and then they'll take next week. Let the DSRL guys finish up their UMP season, and then we'll be back the week after, right after we get into October. Joey Connor, your points leader, he is here, and he is the quickest guy in the room right now by almost a tenth over Matt Eddy. He has a 4-point lead over Adam Vinny, and then 21 points to Casey Wynn and Dan Hennessy, and it is a 31-point gap back to fifth place Marvin Turnmeyer. Turnmeyer also in attendance. A look, we don't have but about 3 drivers that have enough races to qualify for the overall. That's the Camus Racing Simulators wheel and pedal set that goes along with the UMP and Big Block Modified series on Monday nights with the Dirt Slingers guys right now. And Adam Vinny sitting atop those points. He has about 42 points over Reed Rundle and Garrett Boyd, both sitting tied for second. So those guys got some work to do in the last, call it 5 races before we close things out. Just about a minute and a half to go until we get ready for qualifying. Then these guys are going to get split up into heat races. 35 laps for our feature. Top 18 will stick around, be sending 5 drivers to the shower. Good evening to Barbara and Seth and Bill. They are all over on YouTube, Twitch, and Trovo. If you're there, say hi. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you're on Facebook, like, share, and follow. Make sure you say hi there as well. Favorite driver, shout them out. Waiting for an official announcement, but I believe that this series will be back mid to late October, and they will be staying right here on Monday night. Yeah, Hookie, we know what you're doing. Mr. Brunner could not stand to miss the entire season, and he is out here racing. Normally in the chat as a spectator on his lunch break normally right about now, but he tonight is here as a participant instead. I had to go into the channel and give him a little grief. That's why he knows I'm calling him Hookie. It's Hookie Brunner down there with his 2 brothers. Got the lumber dudes in the house? Yes, we do, Mr. Vinny. Both of them. Rundle's in the top 5 right now in speed, and the other one's 8th. So we're looking for them to do good things. 64 cars actually on the show is the 43, both of them. There's Mr. Griffin over on Facebook. Thank you, sir. All right, it is going to be qualifying time. I told you, if you're going to show up, you better win. So, Andrew and John Shemensky rolling out. There goes Garrett Boyd. Mr. Boyd looks like he's having problems getting it from second to third gear in his old Chevy Monte Carlo. Watch from up above. He will not be the first time in. I'm going to flick to Joey Connor here in just a moment. That car so loose getting into turn 3 right there. He really had to wait. First time by, not going to be a 16.05, I don't think. No, he was down about 5th. So the 2 Sheminskys, quickest right now. We are looking. I saw Connor roll out. I don't know where he went. I'm sure I'm going to see him go to the top here any moment. There he is. Coming around out at 3 and 4. And Connor, normally the quickest, second quickest tonight, as Andrew Shemensky is your quick qualifier at the minute. Jeff Wardham and Pete Dillon Pete Dillon on track. See what Mr. Dillon can do here. Car tight in the middle and a little free there towards the exit. Pete Dillon, 16:45, so he is 20th. Reed Rundle. Rundle usually very patient, very smooth. He'll sit and wait on the car, and it usually doesn't hurt him a lot. Reed Rundle quick is 16:04 the last time by. This time looks like he's going to be just a little slower. Yeah, full second slower, but Reed Rundle right now your quickest. Dillon and LaHennessy. LaHennessy on his last lap, and that ain't going to work out. Matt Eddy, the 88 car, the only driver hasn't taken time. So it looks like it'll be Rundle, then Andrew Sheminsky, Joey Connor, Stephen Pierce, and Adam Vinny, the top 5 in qualifying tonight. Remember, with the inverts in the heats, all those quick guys are going to have to start a little deeper than normal. They're not going to start on their front rows. They're going to start outside of row number 2. So I believe we're going to have at least 3 heats. So your top 3. Still got some work to do. I'm ready for summer to be over. I don't know who else has the same thought that I do, but man, I am tired of 90 degrees. It is the end of September almost, and enough is enough already, folks. All right, let's get ready to look at the starting lineup for heat number 1. It is going to be the 52 of Colin Penn on the pole position, and next to him, the 77 of Sean McLaughlin. Stephen Pierce in the 24. He will start inside of row number 2. Next to your quick qualifier for the evening, the number 2, Jack Wagon, the 43 of Reed Rundle. Josh Westendorf in the 92, row 3 on the inside. And then Austin DeMore, the 7. He'll be third row out. Jacob Schmutz in the 1. Fourth row inside next to the 7 of Pete Dillon. 3 cars still haven't made it in. There is one of them. I think we're going to be missing a driver. No, they're all there. They all popped in right at the last moment. So we'll get ready to do the roll-offs. Colin Penn, the number 52, the old Ford Thunder chicken. Go around one more time. Let them get a little engine heat. 3 heats. I think we're going to go 8, 8, and 7 for car counts in our heat races. Top 4 automatically transfer to each, or to the feature, I mean, from each heat. And then we'll find the remaining 6 cars out of our LCQ tonight. Pace car is out of the way. And the first heat from South Boston Speedway for the Mars Beardsconsin Street Stock Series underway. Ooh, not a good start in your second row for your pole or your quick qualifier. He did not get going right there. And he is going to have to work to catch up, but it's side by side at the front. Penn and McLaughlin door to door. They're going to stay sideways. Big twitch out of the 52. He's going to open things up. He's going to stay facing the right way, but the nose of that car is going to be laying there on the bottom of the racetrack down the backstretch. No caution. It's going to open things up for McLaughlin to grab the lead. Pierce up to second. Rundle and now up to third. Westendorf is through to fourth. Jacob Schmutz in fifth. Pete Dillon, Austin DeMore, and Colin Penn. They're going back at it, and Colin Penn not letting the fact that he's driving a snowplow slow him down a bit. Front end of that car still absolutely going. McLaughlin's got the lead, and he is going to stay there at least through the halfway point. 4 down, 4 to go. Heat 1, I saw Rundle have a moment right there coming out of the corner, back into that car, stepped out and wiggled around. He was waving to whoever was behind him. He was waving with the back end of the car, unfortunately. McLaughlin leading the train of 3. It's a big gap from Rundle back to Westendorf. It is about 0.8 of a second. Everybody's staying in line. Nobody really stepping out. This is going to be about who gets track position. White flag coming out for Heat 1. Stephen Pierce put the nose to the inside. Is he going to go for the last lap pass here and try to win this? On the final circuit, McLaughlin got loose up top. Pierce is going to steal it on the last lap. McLaughlin second, Rundle third. Westendorf will take that final transfer spot. We'll see Dylan Schmutz, DeMoore, and Penn in our LCQ in just a little bit. But a last lap out of turn 2. He got the nose to the inside, and he did not give up the spot. Stephen Pierce stealing it right there. The grid for heat number 2 will look like this. It's going to be Jeffrey Brunner in the 164 on the pole, next to John Szymanski in the 99. The 64, the Lumberdude Limousine, Adam Vinny, row 2 to the inside. And next to him, Andrew Szymanski in the 55. So the Szymanski boys nose to tail in this thing to start it out. Chris Griffin, the 12 car, he has row 3 on the inside next to John Brunner in the 46. And then Dan Lahennessy, the 37, inside row number 4, and he'll have what I was hoping was going to be the 88 of Matt Eddy on his outside, and it looks like Matt Eddy may be having problems. I think we've seen this before out of the 88. I think he's had electronic issues. And I know last week, I can't remember, it was race 1 for the Mighty Midgets. Somebody had the entire sim crash and had to restart and get into race number 2, so anybody that is on Twitch, if you will at least say hi in the chat, just so we know this thing is going over there. I'm sure it is, but I like to know. See the marbles building up all over the place. They build up at the top and then they get moved and blown around. They roll down to the bottom. This track very slick. All right, just about time to go green here for heat number 2. Matt Eddy not making the call, so we'll have 7 in this one. We'll have 7 in the next one. Hopefully missed. Hey, thank you, Dunker. Appreciate that. All right, pace car is out of the way. Green flag in the air. Ooh, Mr. Brunner did not get a good start, and he got pushed from behind by Adam Vinny, who got a fantastic start but had to check down. So he didn't turn the 164 around right there. He just barely got into the bumper on that 164. Now here comes the 64 of Adam Vinny on the inside of the 99 of Szymanski. Down the backstretch. Going to be in for lap number 2. Jeff Brunner out in front. We're going to watch the battle for second right here. Looks like Adam Vinny's going to grab the advantage. John Szymanski will slide in line in front of Andrew. If they can keep them right where they're at, they're all in to the feature tonight. Top 4 have broken away from a good battle behind. Griffin, LaHennessy. Oh, and now Brunner. That's John Brunner in the 46. And a little contact with LaHennessy. He's going to have to really work to grab the car back up underneath him. But here goes Adam Vinny. He's going to the high side. And he is going to grab the lead with 3 to go. Oh, contact. Jeff Brunner had contact with the left rear of John Sheminsky. And with 2 to go, now has contact with the door of the 53 car of Andrew Sheminsky, and that's going to let Griffin get back in here. And a secured spot into tonight's A main is not a foregone conclusion for the 164 like it was a little bit ago, and now it might be. Chris Griffin gets sideways. He's going to collect everybody on the backstretch. That is going to be pretty unfortunate as we're on the white flag coming around. Adam Vinny's going to win the heat. John Sheminsky second, Andrew Sheminsky third, and Jeff Brunner in the 4th spot. I'm not sure how we're getting scored here, but he spun out right there. May take a minute for some of this to cycle through. But John Brunner just escaped straight to the pit. So we'll have to see how that plays out, because iRacing scoring is a little different than what I officially have. But our final heat race is going to line up on the front stretch. It looks like this. The 13 of Chris Alvey will have the pole, and he'll have the 21 of Garrett Boyd on his outside. You're looking at Randy Brunner. Not at lunch at work tonight. He's actually on the track. He's inside row number 2, and he's got Joey Connor in the 91, your points leader, on his outside. Your third row will be Turnmeyer on the inside, Marvin Turnmeyer in the 16, and Jim Butcher in the 117 on the outside, and Shotgun Charlie in this thing. That's going to be the 81 of Jeff Werdeman. I talked to Mr. Werdeman and Mr. Turnmeyer pre-race. Mr. Werdeman said, if I get on camera, it's going to be because I wrecked. Well, he got on camera, and he was just slow getting started. All right, next time by, final heat race for the pavement guys. Don't forget 2 shows tonight, guys. When we get done with this, there's another one at 9:30 Eastern. DSRL Camus. Racing Simulators Big Block Modified Series, round number 14 from the dirt track at Charlotte.
Green, green, green.
Pace cars out of the way. Green flag in the air. Garrett Boyd. Whoa, got a little bump from behind the 91 getting in the corner. I don't think it was intentional. I think Joey was just right there. And Garrett had to wait for the car for a split second. At the back, Jeff Werdeman catches the apron. He's going to spin it around. He's going to get going again. We're going to be 3 wide getting down into 1 and 2. Here comes Randy Brunner. Brunner shoots by on the inside, grabs the lead. He's got Turnmeyer in tow behind. Turnmeyer up the hill, little door action into the 21 of Boyd. Everybody's very loose. Can't really be avoided or helped right now. I think we're just seeing a product of the marbles on the track, cold tires. This is an old racetrack with little grip in it anyway, and these cars have plenty of power. But Randy Brunner. Oh, hooky. Getting it done right now. He's out in front. He's coming around. We're going to be halfway. Turnmeyer and Connor both looking to go by. The 21 of Garrett Boyd. Oh, Turnmeyer with a big wiggle right there, and he's going to lose 2 spots. He was second. Now he's 4th. As Connor gets by. Boyd gets by, and now he's loose again down in turns 1 and 2. That's going to let Jim Butcher close up tight. 2 to go this time, 7/10 of a second between Brunner and Connor. Turnmeyer still fighting the car. Down in turns 1 and 2. Butcher lost the right rear, spun the car around down the backstretch. He's going to get out of the way. We'll come around and catch the white flag. Alvey already on pit road, so he was done early. But Randy Brunner skips work, comes to the racetrack, brings that bright yellow and blue Chevy Camaro, and he is going to pick up the win in heat number 3. Connor Boyd and Turnmeyer will go to the A with him. Butcher, Werdeman, and Alvey. You got some work to do, boys. You got to get one of the 6 spots up for grabs in the LCQ. Coming up next on the menu. So Mr. Brunner's going to have a pretty good spot come feature time. So we're going to get ready to go look at the starting lineup for the LCQ. We'll line them up like this, and we'll get ready to run them off. 6 drivers will transfer through. Everybody else will be done for the night. Pete Dillon, Dan Hennessy will be row 1. Jim Butcher and Jacob Schmutz in row 2. Chris Griffin and Jeff Werdeman row 3. Austin DeMore and John Brunner in row 4. And Chris Alvey and Colin Penn in row 5. Maybe Matt Eddy made it out here for the B main. He's got a lot of work to do. He's got to pass 5 cars, but I do see the 88 at the back of the field lining up. So whatever problem he was having, they got it worked out, and he's going to get out here and try to make a run in the LCQ. Pete Dillon, Dan Hennessy, Jacob Schmutz, and Jim Butcher at the front. The drivers that had trouble in their heat races are in this LCQ. Matt Eddy, who got practice laps in, didn't get qualifying, did not get his heat race in. He's down on track time, but he has got a lot of work to do. Got to pass a lot of cars. It's tough enough with the track being slick, but you put the forced effort of having to try to pass guys, it's going to get a little bit more complicated. Get ready for the start here. Flagman has the green flag in hand. Pace cars out of the way.
Green flag, green flag.
And he gives it to him. Good start up front. Dillon will grab the lead. Hennessy to second. The battle's going to be a lot further back than that. Butcher slid into 4th. Griffin grabbed 5th. And now Werdeman is trapped outside for 6th, but he's got DeMore up the inside in the 7. And they'll stay side by side for that final transfer spot. Dillon starting to get away from the boys. Here comes Matt Eddy. He is going to get in here. They're 2-eyed in front of him. He's trying to find an opening or force an opening, and he's going to get around Alvey on the outside, it looks like. Now Colin Penn. The next car he's got to pass, needs to pass a car about every lap and a half if he is going to get in this thing. Now shifts from the outside to the inside. He's in behind John Brunner. Big twitch as the left side tires touch the apron. Down to 1 and 2, and everything he gained, he gives back. Hennessy second, Schmutz third. Butcher is 4th, and caution as Jeff Werdeman. He said if he gets on camera, it's going to be because he boofed it up, and it looks like he boofed it up over here somewhere. Down the corner. Ooh, he got a little free. Yeah, the car just looped out. Nobody hit him, but he had company coming. He went past 90 degrees, so he'll rejoin at the back. So the first caution of the evening comes in the LCQ. We've seen multiple spinouts, but nothing brought a caution until we got here. Matt Eddy with all kinds of issues. He's just hit the wall down there on the inside in what looked like an attempt to go to pit road. So we were halfway. And everybody will get nose to tail here. We'll watch our pace car. He turns out the lights. It'll be time to go back racing. I think we got one more lap. Yeah, we'll get the one to go signal the next time by. Monty, Camaro, and the first Ford, 6th. That's Demore. And then a Ford in Penn, another Chevy in Alvey, another Ford in Werdeman, a Chevy in Brunner, and then Matt Eddy's Camaro finished on the trailer. And I think it's Miller time for driver 88. All right, going to double them up, get them ready to go again. Five laps remaining. 6 spots up for grabs. 10 cars still on the racing surface. Pace car getting out of the way. We'll get the green right about here.
Green.
We'll get a good side-by-side start at the front. Row 2 about the same. Butcher may be the odd guy out. He's up on the top side in that 117 car. He's going to get a break. He's going to be able to get in front of both Demore and Griffin. And Demore on the high side looks like he's going to take a spot. Move him up to 5th. Here comes Chris Alvey. Alvey almost got door dinged completely out to the fence. Griffin got the left side tires down a little low, got the car way out of shape. Alvey's out of shape mid-corner, gets it back underneath him, but Colin Penn is going to go after him. He wants to get up to the 12 car, and he's running out of time to do it. They're single file through the front 6. There goes the 13 of Alvey into the inside wall. No caution. He'll be out of the way. 2 to go. And the 52 car looking for one more spot. He's right there up against the back of Griffin for just a split second. He's better right through the center of the corner, and he's got one lap to get it done. Out wide, needs to cut it down and get the power down. He didn't do it there, and I think that's it. He's going to give it up. Pete Dillon will transfer to the A main. Hennessy, Schmutz, Butcher, Demore, and Griffin will be into the 35-lap feature. Everybody else will be done for the evening. Tough break for Werdeman, Brunner, Penn, Alvey, and Eddy. As their nights come to a close. Well, let's grab a driver. That was quickest in the qualifying session. Started 4th in his heat. I think he came home 3rd. He's going to be starting in a wonky spot in this feature. But Reed Rundle, this track looks extremely slick tonight.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's slippery, and the cars are a little loose getting in and everything. And everybody's going to have to be on their toes. And I don't mean to cut our interview short, but I got to do the repositioning for the starting lineup and everything. So I need to jump on that right away.
All right, man. Well, good luck out there. Hopefully we get a chance to see you on the podium later.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. Sorry about that.
Reed Reynolds doing more admin duties than and you know we got him here. Let's do this. Let's try to get a hold of this guy right here. He's out there skipping work, coming to the races. He's going to win his heat race. Randy Brunner, what's the plan for the feature?
I actually am going to go EOL because I don't want to screw up the points. Plus, I feel a little bad for going 3 wide.
Oh, well, that's part of racing. And those guys kind of, in my opinion, made a mistake in front of you. You had an open door. If you don't go for the opening, didn't Senna say you're not really a race car driver? You all right there, buddy? We saw you hit the fence.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Too much engine noise?
Hold on, let me see if I can get this chat turned down. Okay, so anyway, I feel bad for going 3 wide. And I don't want to screw up the points for these guys. As much as I love racing with them and I wish I could race more. But I might have overdid it in the heat. I don't know.
Well, like I said, we saw a mistake by guys, and there was an opening there. And Mr. Senna said, if you see an opening and you don't go for it, you're not really a race car driver.
Well, yeah, I mean, exactly right. I mean, I don't want to just follow the guys, but like I said, I don't want to screw up the points. And I know Reed encourages not to go 3 wide, and I blatantly went 3 wide, but I don't think I bonsai'd it in there. But hell, man, I'm here to race. Took off work for this, right?
That's what we said when we were watching it live. As the guy came to race, you go on to win the heat race. Well, whatever you decide to do, it's the honorable thing, man. We appreciate your time. Good luck out there. Hopefully you'll finish well, even if you take your EOL.
Hey, thanks, Roger. We appreciate everything you do.
That is Randy Brunner. Right there in that number 100. So the guys are going to get shuffled for their feature here. Get this feature, and then next week UMPs to wrap up that series, and the following week these boys will be back and wrap up this street stock series. There'll be a couple of weeks of a break. I don't know exactly when this group is coming back, but I'm pretty sure they're coming back on Monday nights. I know DSRL isn't going to restart until one of the last couple of Mondays in October. And their new Monday night series is going to be 360 wing sprint cars. They're going to move their Wednesday night, or their big blocks to Wednesday nights, go back to their original schedule from a long time ago. Monday Night Thunder being sprint cars, and the Wednesday Night Warrior series being the big block modifieds. So just a few seconds left in the warm-up session, and then the guys will get out. They'll get ready to reshuffle on the parade laps. We'll start back about row 4. We'll start looking, because that'll be where no one's going to get shuffled around. Don't forget, second show. What time is it? About 8 o'clock? About 45 minutes from now, we'll go live again for DSRL Monday Night Thunder, the Camus Big Block Modified Series. And tomorrow night, ERA back in action. We're not sure about the Wednesday show again. We were supposed to have one last week, and it got canceled last minute. It may get canceled again this week. We don't know. And then Thursday night, Red Driver Mighty Midget Series. Those guys round number 6, I believe. But it is time. Lights are on around the Speedway. We'll figure out what the grid is exactly going to be, but we're going to read it off like it is. We'll see what they shuffle to. Andrew Sheminsky and Reed Rundle in row 1. Joey Connor and John Sheminsky in row 2. Sean McLaughlin, Randy Brunner, row 3. Adam Vinny, Stephen Pierce in row 4. Row 5 is Garrett Boyd and Josh Westendorf. Jeff Brunner, Marvin Turnmeyer in row number 6. Pete Dillon and Dan LaHennessy in row 7. Jacob Schmutz and Jim Butcher in row 8. Austin Amore and Chris Griffin, row number 9. So here comes the shuffle, and well, you know, if you give it to him from the start, that 91 car, he may run off and hide from these guys. But it's going to be Joey Connor and John Sheminsky on the front row, and then McLaughlin and Pierce in row 2. Vinny and Rundle, the Lumber Dudes, row number 3. Then Andrew Sheminsky and Josh Westendorf in row 5. Everybody behind that looks like they're staying the same, with the exception of Randy Brunner, who fell all the way to the back. He was supposed to start 6th. He is going to go all the way to 18th. And we are going to get ready for 35 laps of green flag racing. No over-under on the cautions this evening. We'll do that on Tuesday nights. But our pace car is out of the way, and the green flag coming out. John Sheminski, I thought he was going to get a great start. He missed a shift getting from second to third. And that's going to open things up for Joey Connor. Here comes Sean McLaughlin on the bottom. He is going to try to take second away from Sheminski. And I see Adam Vinny alongside Stephen Pearson. He wants to get there before Sheminski can get down and close that door. Down into 1 and 2. And he is going to get there. And he's going to try to make a bid for third. He may get a little aggressive tonight. Go up here. Looks like McLaughlin is going to do that. He is going to go up here and he is going to try very hard to go put pressure on the driver of the 91 car. Hasn't won this season. No harm in trying to go up here and see if he can get a win. Vinny still hasn't cleared John Sheminski yet, but Stephen Pierce slid down in front of Andrew. Andrew got in front of Reed Rundle, and Rundle now gets to the bottom at about 7th, right in front of Garrett Boyd. This battle looks like it is going to continue. The door's going to stay open. Sheminski started outside the front row, and he hasn't been able to get to the bottom yet. And he is already back to about 6th, and he's going to be 7th in a moment because Rundle is now there. Reed Rundle looking for an opening on Andrew Sheminski already. Garrett Boyd follows him through. John Sheminski fell in at 8th, right in front of Josh Westendorf. Let's go back to the front because the gap really hasn't widened out. McLaughlin trying to stay there, trying to stay right on the bumper, pester the 91, force a mistake out of Joey Connor. Has very few have been able to make him make a mistake. Top 3 have broken away from 4th place Stephen Pierce. Pierce has broken away from Andrew Sheminski, and now Sheminski's under fire. Nose to the inside, 43 of Rundle. Door to door through the center of the corner and off the exit. Rundle had the advantage by about 1.5 feet that time, and caution behind Pete Dillon. Not Pete Dillon in the 7 car, but it looks like it is. Right behind Westendorf. That was at about 9th or 10th. Up off the corner. Yeah, he had to make a small adjustment right there. And when he did, the car stepped out. He didn't get it back. So we'll look to see if he's going to be able to continue. He's rolling down the backstretch. He may go in. He's missing the entire front clip of the car. And he is going to try to make that run down pit. I think it's 35 miles an hour on pit road. It is so low down pit road. Super slow getting down pit road. Now, it looks like they'll be able to tape a cover on the front of that car. I think he's going to get new tires and different things. The lights are still on the pace vehicle, so he's got plenty of time. Still sitting in his pit box. I don't know if he got engine damage out of that. He did hit with the front of the car. Apparently not. He's going to roll back out. Yeah, very slow, 35, 38, 40 miles an hour-ish. As we double them up now, get them ready to go back to green. We'll be starting a lap number 10 when we take the green, so 26 laps. All right, pace car's out of the way. Green flag back in the air. Outside road just does not seem to get a good launch. Oh, big wiggle out of McLaughlin. That's going to open things up and let Vinny get to second. And now Reed Rundle putting the pressure on McLaughlin for the podium. Here comes Garrett Boyd. He's got the inside. He's going to try to get the nose there and keep McLaughlin up the hill. McLaughlin wants to shut the bleeding off, and he slams the car down in front of Boyd. Gets the spot. Put Boyd fifth. Andrew Sheminsky working inside Stephen Pierce. That's for sixth and seventh. And Sheminsky takes it away. Now Westendorf thinking about doing the same. Here comes Dan Lahennessy. Lahennessy to the inside of John Sheminsky. And Sheminsky, the 99 Sheminsky. Oh, that is Jacob Schmutz. And Schmutz is going to save the car, but he's going to lose everything back to last place. We'll go back to the front. Connor, Vinny, and Rundle. Then McLaughlin. Chevy through the top six. Another Chevy here in seventh, but that's a Camaro not. A Monte Carlo and another Chevy, and the first Ford in 10th. Now the Fords are outnumbered about 3-1. Oh, there goes Westendorf, and he is going to get back on the track. Wow, he got the right side of that car all the way around. You could read the door number clearly from up here. On the right-hand door through the middle of turns 3 and 4. Now Connor easing away. Half a second over Vinny. Vinny's got about 4 car lengths on Rundle. McLaughlin is right there. So is Boyd. Laps ticking away. We are down to the halfway point right here. Boyd got his nose to the inside of McLaughlin. Now McLaughlin, big wiggle. Can he keep the car at least straight enough to get back in line behind Boyd and only lose the single spot? And yes, he does. Boyd's to fourth. Gap at the front, maintaining about half a second. Caution, Jeff Brunner had a problem. 164, he may have gotten help. And the door was open a little bit. He was trying to figure out what the car in front was going to do. Griffin got there, got the right front corner up to the left rear corner, and two things can't occupy the same space. So with 15 to go, we catch our second caution. Connor, Vinny, Rundle, Boyd, McLaughlin, Sheminsky. That's Andrew Sheminsky. Pierce, Lahennessy, Turnmeyer, and DeMoore. Nobody to pit road. Everybody stayed out. Doubled back up. Light's still on. So we are not going green. Now with Adam Vinny on the outside, can we see a car on the outside get a good start and put pressure now on the 91? If anybody is willing to take the chance and the risk, it's going to be Adam Vinny. He's only 4 points behind. Cannot afford to finish behind the 91 again. And another bad shift out of the 64. And I don't think he got much help from behind. Got a little bit of a push, but not a lot. And now he's door to door with his teammate. And Rundle trying to work it down on the bottom. McLaughlin trying to stay tucked up and follow Rundle through. Rundle with a slide getting into 3 and 4, and that causes McLaughlin to have to check up. He slides. That's going to make mayhem behind him. Opens the door, and we got a caution. Car's got to be sideways. I don't know who it is. Jim Butcher. This is why we got our caution right there. They were getting down into 1 and 2. There's your leader. He was backed up. He was trying to drive away. He just spun the car on his own getting down there. So we're going to get another restart. Adam Vinny's going to hang on to second. Rundle still third. McLaughlin, Boyd, Pierce, Sheminsky, Turnmeyer, Lehennessy, and Brunner. Yeah, Randy Brunner was supposed to start 6th, dropped to 18th, and he is back inside the top 10 now. Thanks to everybody for all the likes already on this video. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Don't forget to tune back in at 9:30 for show number 2. DSRL Monday Night Thunder Camus Racing Simulator's big block modifying series from the dirt track at Charlotte. So doubled up, ready to go to the restart. 12 laps remaining. Connor and Vinny on the front row. Rundle and McLaughlin row 2. Boyd and Pierce in row number 3.
Green flag, green flag.
And a green flag back. 91 cars just getting launches. And that time Rundle timed it up pretty good. He's going to pull alongside for that second spot. Battling with his teammate. Vinny on the top side really needs to assert himself and go after the 91. Needs to finish in front of him, close that points up. It's only 4 points right now. But with tonight and 2 weeks from now being the last 2 races of the season, it's going to be tough if he finishes behind him tonight. He's going to have to hope the 91 has a very bad night in 2 weeks. But he stays side by side with his teammate. They're inside 10 to go. Be 9 this time by the flag stand. Stephen Pierce got around Garrett Boyd. Cars headed to pit road. That's Andrew Sheminsky and Jeff Brunner. Both cars look heavily damaged, like they got into each other maybe a little bit. Eight to go. That battle for second might be over now. Adam Vinny really needs to get that car down the hill. And he is going to get into the gap. McLaughlin rolled out a little. Pierce is going to try to get aggressive, and he wasn't able to get there. So now Connor, Rundle, and Vinny, 1, 2, 3. Laps ticking off. It's time for the driver in the 43 to get on the loud pedal and stay there. He has got to try to reel in that 91 car. McLaughlin's still in 4th. Pierce is 5th. Boyd is 6th, and he's under fire. Marvin Turnmeyer has the inside line on him. And Lehennessy are right behind that. Watching this go big. Slide from McLaughlin. Opens the door. Pierce is going to get alongside. Oh, contact. We're going to have a caution. Let's get down there. We did have our drone cam on this. Got close, little tippity tap, maybe getting in the corner. And 24 car. None the worse for the wear. He has caved in over both front tires. And they're going to have some sheet metal work to do at the end of the night tonight. And he and McLaughlin both to the back. McLaughlin's going to take the EOL, the tap out rule, and he will drop all the way to the back as we'll be down wave lap time. 5 laps to go when we restart. And we'll see if Mr. Rundle, who is famously not known for his restarts, can do something from the outside of the front row here with the 91 car. Lights still on our pace vehicle. Should go off this time. Connor, Rundle, Vinny, Boyd, Turnmeyer, Lehennessy, DeMoore, Brunner, Sheminsky, the top 10. Griffin rounding out that top 10. Then Butcher, Westendorf, McLaughlin, and Pierce. The only cars remaining, Andrew Sheminsky back on track. He's a lap or so down. He's in 15th. Schmutz, Brunner, and Dillon all out. Dillon with an early exit. Still have lights on our pace vehicle. If we don't get them this time. And we do. Lights are off. Trying to figure out who is going to win this one. It's been 91 car. He started on the pole. Whoa, big brake check. About row 3 to the outside. Lehennessy checked everybody behind him up. Pace car out of the way. Can Rundle get a good start? And he gets a push from behind. That's Boyd giving him a little push to keep him there. Outside has been okay. If you can get fully alongside, you can keep the driver from drifting up in the center of the corner. He couldn't do it there. It looks like Connor's going to take it back. Here comes Adam Vinny for second. Teammates going at each other with 3 laps to go. Marvin Turnmeyer right behind these guys. Drove it in deep, little drifty drift. He and Boyd are side by side. 2 to go that time. Connor, Rundle, Vinny. And Turnmeyer and Boyd side by side. Lehennessy behind that. DeMoore in the mix here into the top 6. We'll come around to the white flag. And 2 teammates sharing a little paint on the exit of turn number 4. And Vinny has the advantage going into 3. Connor's going to win again. Out of 4th, the line. Vinny second, Rundle third, Boyd and Turnmeyer 4 and 5. So start grabbing our drivers. We're going to wait. Mr. Connor will make his way to us at some point. No, we don't like that. No, we don't like that one. New set of cameras for this track, folks. And right now it looks like we are just going to have to go with what we know. They're going to park that too far away. I don't like it. So let's go right here. We'll get a good look at them. Let's grab our driver in 3rd. Well, Reed Rundle, we tried to talk to you between sessions, and you said the track was super slick, but you make the best of it, and you come home with 3rd.
Yeah, we'll take it. That was a hell of a lot of fun. Those last bunch of laps, trying to stay on the outside was really rough, as you probably noticed.
Yeah, it looked like everybody was loose all over the place. And getting in the corner, we saw a lot of guys just four-wheel drifting, getting down in the corners. This is an old racing surface. We know it doesn't have a ton of grip, but it just looked like these cars were completely disconnected tonight.
Yeah, I don't know about disconnected, but brake bias was huge as far as that goes. Even a little adjustment back was putting it really loose on entry. I think overall the setup wasn't bad. Loose off, that's all throttle control. Sometimes you get into it a little bit too much, and you're going to be loose off. But overall, I thought it was some great racing.
Yeah, it looked like you had a chance on a restart, and we know that famously you are not the best on restarts. You got a little shove from behind. It still wasn't enough to keep you alongside the 91.
Yeah, well, that was one of those. I think we both anticipated it. Both started to go, and then it didn't come out, and I backed off. Then I got a bump, and at that point, you're kind of hanging on and hoping that you can keep the car straight. And we did. We stayed on the outside of them for almost a lap, or maybe a little over that. And then I got loose, and Adam got underneath me. But Adam and I have had some great battles the last couple seasons, but especially these last few weeks, running door to door, and that's another one of those things. This whole group, the trust factors, pretty high, so you know who you can run with. And congrats to Joanne, another win. Those Connor boys, it's kind of stinks sitting behind them all the time, but somewhere along the line we'll get them.
All right, man, give me a couple shout-outs, some thank yous before we let you get out of here.
Yeah, absolutely. Beardsconsin small batch beard oils, Scrub-A-Dub, Wabam, Bravo trailers, 5-star bodies, all the usual suspects across the board that way. You guys, for, as always, putting on a great show. Can't say that enough. Thank you guys for everything you do. Shout out to the guys over at ERA. We've been working really good with them, and that's always a good thing to have another group that we're collaborating with on a regular basis. And shout out to my dad down in Florida. Shout out to the wife upstairs, and I'll let you move on.
All right, man. Well, you got a week off from this series, but when you come back in 2 weeks, we're going to want all the dirt and all the skinny on next season. So have that ready for us, will you?
Yeah, I will. We should have pretty much everything other than maybe the schedule done by then. Got some talking to do, but we're pretty well set. We'll be coming back pavement. We're going to decide on what car. I think these have been pretty popular, so we'll see what happens when we throw out that poll this week. But yeah, we're looking forward to it again. Unfortunately, I'll be up in the booth with you or sitting back watching.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. We'll see you in the big block race here in a little bit.
Yep. Thank you, sir.
That's Reed Rundle. He finishes in third, and he gets edged out by his teammate tonight. And Adam Vinny, man, you got to finish in front of that 91 car if you're going to take that championship away.
Yeah, it doesn't help when he starts on the pole.
It's funny. I said the exact same thing at the beginning of the race. I said, you put this guy on the pole, you're going to try to play catch-up all night long, and you got there a couple of times. The restarts just looked like they were eating everybody up, and he's having no problems on restarts.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the restarts, but congrats to him for winning. Yeah, I thought I was going to be able to roll it on the outside. Like I said, I don't know what's going on with the restarts, but what a blast battling with my teammate Reed. Absolute blast. Cautions definitely killed us again tonight, but him starting on the pole definitely does not help with a tight track like this. Trying to get through the field and not burn anything up to save some at the end. It's tough, but a lot of fun.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that side by side with your teammate. It didn't seem to hurt either one of you. You still come home on the podium, but when you're battling with your teammates side by side like that, and the guy in front of you getting smaller and smaller, you got to beat that guy. As much fun as it is, it's got to be just about as much frustration.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. That was, I don't know. I had a blast battling with Reed. Always fun battling with him. I don't have to worry about anything happening. If a hiccup happens, I know it was just a bad mistake. But man, that was awesome.
Well, give me some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you start getting ready for that big block race here in a little bit.
Sounds good. I appreciate it. Thank you to you, Roger, and the Dirt Racing Network. Thank you to Mars, Beardsconsin Small Batch Beard Oils and Balms, Next Level Litigation Support, Special thanks to my parents. They took over kid duty tonight for me to do this, and thinking of my girlfriend. Good luck to her at bowling. Man, who else? Scrub-a-dub, Wabam, Puma, It's Wisconsin You Know, the Wisconsinite podcast, just everybody on the car, everybody with the continued support. I thoroughly appreciate it, and hopefully everybody enjoyed the show. That was one heck of a race.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of fun out there. If this wasn't a family show, I have some funny jokes about the bowling thing, but I will not do them on a family show, sir. Thank you very much for chatting with us. Good luck over in the big blocks here in a little bit.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Adam Vinny finishing in second. Now we can move on. Talk to the driver in the 91. He does it again. He draws the pole, and once he does that, usually it is everybody's going to have to step up or watch him drive away. And tonight he didn't quite drive away as far as normal, but nobody stepped up and got around him. Joey, you did it again, buddy.
Oh, yeah, man. So thankful. I got lucky there, man, to get a good draw. I honestly think that Reed and Adam were both a little quicker than me on a short run. It just took me, 4 to 5 laps to kind of get in a rhythm.
Yeah, and it looked like this track was super slick, and a lot of guys fighting the loose on the entry. We only saw you bobble once or twice. Pretty standard Sunday drive on a Monday evening for you.
Yeah, like I said, I think I had a good car, really good car on a long run. If you could have stretched out there, I think I had a real good long run car. It was definitely a very free setup on entry and exit. I'd say more so exit for me. But overall, just a great run, man, especially being able to race with those guys like Reed and Benny. They're class acts, and they race clean, and just love being able to race with all these guys.
Well, with one race to go in the series, and you grew the points lead by just a few points here this evening, you're going to have to come out, and I think they're going to make you have to race for it hard again. What's going to be your thought process when we come back in 2 weeks?
Yeah, you just got to go hard with these guys. Adam and Reed, they're not going to let up on you. They are really tough. Just going to have to try and go as hard as I can and get all I can.
All right, man. Well, give me some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you celebrate a great victory tonight.
Thank you, sir. I'd like to thank God first and foremost. Thank you up in the booth. Thank my wife for letting me do it. My son Dylan spotting for me. All my family that watch and support me. Got to thank Pereira Race Parts. Got to thank Chris and Alan Pereira with Caldwell Banker Elite. That's pretty much all I got.
All right, man. Congrats again. I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow night. Are you running ERA?
Yeah, I think I'm going to get in there and start. I don't have as much experience with the late model, so that's why at Rockingham I started at the back, and I may do it again. I just don't want to get in there and mess up those guys. I want to get a little bit more experience with the late model going forward.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us, and I will see you tomorrow night over at ERA.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for everything you do. Have a good night.
That is Joey Connor picking up another win, and that doesn't quite secure the title, but if he can make it to the feature and get a good run, it's going to take a lot of positions for him to get dethroned by the time that thing is over with. Take a look at our official results real quick. Connor Vinny run a 1-2-3. Boyd with a good run in fourth. Turnmeyer was fifth. LaHennessy sixth. Demore 7. Brunner 8. Shemensky 9th. Griffin was 10th. Butcher 11th. 12th was Pierce. Westendorf 13th. McLaughlin 14th. Shemensky, that's Andrew Shemensky, in 15th. Jacob Schmutz, Pete Dillon, and Jeff Brunner rounded out the field here. So one race left. It isn't decided, but Driver 91's got a pretty good chance to pick up the title if he has a good run in 2 weeks. Do not forget, we're going to be coming back. I think it's about 20 minutes here. Let's see. About 15 minutes, we'll be coming back live with Monday Night Thunder, DSRL, and the Camus Racing Simulators Big Block Modified Series. If you can't come back, we appreciate you being here now. Without you guys, there's no reason for us to do this. The Great League's giving you fantastic racing like you saw here just a few minutes ago. There's nothing for us to cover. Everybody gets thank yous there. We'll be back in just a little bit